we won't have to cry no more.
Hi everyone, I'm back. I know it's been a while since my last upload. I think it's been about a year, maybe more. Also, just want to thank you guys for all the subscribers that I gained while I was at school working, not posting, but I'm very just grateful for that and all the views that I've gotten over this period of time. Just thanks guys for all the support. It means a lot. But I'm very excited to be sharing with you this drawing that I did, this art. So I got a new phone recently. It's a Samsung, and it has the capability for live lock screens. So I was looking for like a lock screen, a live lock screen for me to put on my phone. A lot of the stuff I've been wanting to like have my phone aesthetically based on was like Bratz and stuff. I was thinking about having the case be Bratz, but I ended up changing that. But anyways, I was looking for a live screen and I just wasn't finding one that I really wanted or liked, so I decided I would make my own, and I do an animated GIF of the Bratz. And so I decided I would just have them all kind of posed there and blinking, and so it's very simple animation, just eye blinks. But yeah, it was very fun to make because I haven't animated in quite a while since I've been out of school, because of coronavirus. So yeah, so right now I'm drawing Sasha, Chloe, Yasmin, and Jade, and yeah, I really was like excited to get started on this. I have loved the Bratz for like a very long time. I grew up watching the movies. I played with the dolls all the time. They're definitely one of the main reasons that I really love fashion, and I really enjoy like shopping and makeup and all that sort of stuff. So they were a big inspiration to me when I was younger, and currently still are. I was very inspired by the more current collection of Bratz dolls that they released recently. They're called, I think, the Collector Edition, and they have like a little bit more of like, trendy now clothing, instead of but with some kind of like retro-y sort of vibes too, I guess. So I wanted to go with that as the inspiration for the clothing and the style of them. I actually own the Sasha collector doll, so I was very excited to get that for Christmas. So for the actual style of like the characters, I kind of wanted to emulate how the Bratz dolls actually look. Really big eyes, big lips. I went very small with the noses. So that kind of affected my style, but I also kind of wanted to keep it in, how I draw my drawing style. So since there's been many different versions of the Bratz, there's been so many different looks and styles of them, especially like going from like the 2D movie to the 3D movies. I kind of decided to go in between. I think the 3D movies are the ones that have kind of like the eyeshadow that's like, there's like one like kind of cut crease area and then like an area above it, and I kind of mimic that in the makeup. That'll come a lot later when I actually do like color. That's one way I kind of tried to implement different eras, I guess, of the Bratz. I also wanted to bring in like their nicknames a little bit, so I gave Jade, her shirt says Cool Cat. It has like little embroidery stitching, and then Sasha has a little tattoo on her collarbone. It says Bunny Boo. And then we have Chloe, who has Angel written on her shirt, and Yasmin has Pretty Princess on her arm. So, yeah. So I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about what the Bratz meant to me, I guess, as a kid, or what they still mean to me, I guess. Just kind of gonna ramble, I guess, for a second. But I absolutely love everything that has to do with them. I still, to this day, will occasionally play the Bratz video game, even though it looks and is pretty atrocious. I still enjoy it, and it's such a nostalgic thing for me. So I'll still play that occasionally. I love to rewatch the movies, even though those can be equally bad, but I don't know, something about them is still so good. I think they're so weird and wacky in like the oddest way. I don't know. They always have these weird kind of supernatural or like creepy kind of elements to them, I guess. I particularly remember the like Bratz Kids Sleepover movie being like kind of traumatizing when I was little. I don't really know why. I think it was like there was a scene where they turned into monsters or something. I think that was at the end. But yeah, it really like scared me. I guess I was just a big weenie and I just couldn't handle it. But it was good. I I was scared to death, but it was good. Although probably my favorite of the movies was probably the Bratz Fashion Pixies. I just liked the story of that one. I liked the clothing. I wanted to wear skirts over jeans for so long because of that. Because of their little pixie outfits with the wings and the little tiny skirts over the bootcut jeans, which such a look, but I really loved it. I also really enjoy like the Starrin' and Stylin', that one. I think it's the first one, but I haven't checked, so don't quote me on that, but I think it is the first. But I love that one. I think the writing in that one is actually really fun and good, and I like the storyline. The only thing that I don't like in Bratz is the live action movie that came out. I think it is kind of nothing like anything else that the Bratz has ever put out or done. It's just very, I hate to use this word, but basic, I guess. It's kind of basic in that a lot of the Bratz stuff, like I said before, is just so weird and uncanny valley sort of. It's very odd, and so for it to be so like normal, like just like a high school movie that seemed very like, I don't know, like it could have been anyone in place of those characters. It could have been a Cheetah Girls movie. It could have been anything. So it didn't fit, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's like, I mean, I guess you could say that the first movie was very basic in that way too, where it was just kind of about their prom and them shopping and, you know, just kind of like their friendship kind of coming together, falling apart, coming back together again, that sort of thing. But then again, that was like the first movie, and I guess it was the first live action, so I guess I can kind of give it a pass for that. But I don't know, just it didn't have the right feel to it, and plus there's a very odd time skip in it where it's like their friends' freshman year, and then they get separated, and then it's like 3 years later they get together. I'm pretty sure, like, I couldn't believe it when one of the characters said it. I don't remember who said it had been 3 years, but I was like, well, so you're telling me that the Bratz weren't friends for 3 out of the 4 years of high school. It just it was really odd. So that's just me. That's my little rant on that. Something else I could talk like probably forever about is Bratz music, because even though some of it can be pretty bad, some of it is like great, like really good, fun music to listen to. I'll still throw it on every now and again. I really love, I think Rock Angels, Bratz Rock Angels. That one, that movie has some of the best music in it. Also, the Bratz video game has great soundtrack. Has some, I think, Mary-Kate and Ashley stuff in it. Very good. Like, that roller coaster song? I don't remember. Oh no. Oh my gosh, it's not Mary-Kate and Ashley. It's AJ and Allie. I always get those two mixed up. I don't know why. I think it's, I don't know, something about their names is just very similar to me. But it's Rush, that song. That song's in the video game. I love that one. So there's just a lot of good music in there that I regularly listen to. I don't know, it may just be the nostalgia of it. I don't know. But especially the Starrin' and Stylin' Bratz movie. The music in that one is really good, but the singing is kind of bad. I don't want to be mean. It's not the best, but I like the songs. Anyways, so for the colors of this illustration, I kind of wanted to base it off the like colors of their like icon logos. So like the little bunny that Sasha's logo is, the little circle, and like the angel wings that's Chloe's, the frog that's Yasmin's, and the cat that's Jade's. All those, I took the colors from those and then used them in their outfits. So there's like the orangey, peachy color for Sasha, purple for Jade, blue for Chloe, and Yasmin has a pink. And then I wanted to add like accents of black in all their clothing to kind of unify it, make it feel kind of cohesive, and like all their outfits could go together, could be mixed and matched, kind of like how a dolls you kind of mix and match all the clothing that they give you. So that's kind of why I would like to have the other collector dolls, because I think it would be fun to try and make new outfits with the clothing. I still even haven't taken her out of the box. I don't know why, but I kind of want to. I think it would be fun because she has like a second outfit, and so it'd be nice to see the second outfit. And I just haven't looked at it yet. So one of my favorite parts of this illustration definitely has to be Jade's hand. I think it turned out probably the nicest. Most of the other hands kind of look a little weird if you look at them too closely, but I think hers turned out definitely the best. And of the girls, I think Sasha may be my least favorite pose-wise. I kind of gave everyone else something to do with their hand, but I didn't really give Sasha anything. It was because I wanted her to have like a jacket, like that jacket on, so it's like I didn't really want it to be in frame, like coming in with her wrist, and it would be kind of big and bulky. So yeah, she just ended up getting a very simple pose where she's just kind of standing with her head tilted. So I'm going in with the makeup now, so if like you can see how like I decided to try and go for like a kind of retro-y 2000s sort of makeup look with a cut crease and like no blending at all, just 2 layers, Bratz style. Yep, and for some reason I just always like to leave the pupils to like the end of the like drawing after I put color in. I don't know what it is, but I find it satisfying to kind of go and put it in afterwards, and I seem to be able to kind of like line it up better sometimes when there's like color and I can see like the kind of values of everything. So for the shading, I just decided to keep it really simple. Just do like basic like cell shading sort of. I was considering doing something a little bit more heavy with like a light source and like bigger shadows cast across maybe like the face or parts of their bodies, but I ended up just keeping it simple for the sake of just since it's going to be animated and everything, even though it probably wouldn't have complicated it that much, but still. Yeah, so just to start, like, I guess explaining the whole animation process and everything, I did everyone's eyes on a different layer, so that way I would be able to switch the eyes out for other line art eyes shapes. That way I could make them close and open. I basically did it in a way to where I wouldn't have to move much of anything else. So all I would need to do is draw a new place for the eyelid to sit, and then I wouldn't have to change any of the shading or any of the color layer really, except for the eyeshadow. I had to bring that down more as the eyes close. So that part was it was a lot easier than you would think, I guess. Maybe if you have never animated before, it was pretty simple. Just I only did 2 poses because I knew it wasn't gonna need to be that like heavy duty of an animation. Like I could have done like 7 or 9 or so like different drawings to create a like really nice like flowy blink with like overlapping action with the eyelashes and make them kind of like flutter up and down, which I was thinking about doing something like that, but I wanted to keep it simple since I knew there's 4 people in this drawing. There's a lot to be looking at. You're probably not going to notice that if you're just looking at my phone screen. You probably wouldn't see all that extra-ness. Plus the eyelashes wouldn't really do that in real life. When you blink, it just kind of they stay where they are really. So yeah, I'm just going in and doing that now. I started with Sasha, but I kind of stopped after her and tried it out in TV Paint and looked at it, made sure that it was working the way I liked, and made sure I didn't have to add any other drawings because I was kind of worried that just one like halfway closed eyelid picture wasn't going to be enough. But the frame worked. Just the 5 frames together to make a blink, and it worked. And I spaced him out. I spaced him out like I think it was 3 frames for each picture, and yeah, it turned out pretty good. And I just finished all the rest of them. And you can see me kind of covering over the previous drawing every time, and I did that all on separate layers. That way I would be able to return each character back to having full open eyes, so that way only one character is going to be blinking at a time. I was thinking about trying to do some like maybe overlapping, but I decided to just keep it separated. I would have kind of liked that honestly, but I wanted to keep it simple since it's just a lock screen. It's not some big project really. At first I was kind of thinking of doing a little bit more animation by making the background move, and maybe having some like twinkling of like lights or like sparkles kind of on like the sparkly parts like Jade's glasses, or maybe like the lollipop or someone's eyes or something. But again, I think it was because this photo file was kind of hefty. It was very full of pixels, high resolution, and so when I put it into the animation software, it was having a little bit of trouble processing it really well, and so when I was trying to draw on top of it, actually in TV Paint, it was being a little chunky. Like the drawings I was making in there were just not as nice and seamless as the one that I had done in my drawing software. So yeah, so here's me creating the background, and I thought I would just move it like across horizontally, but I decided just to keep it stagnant, keep it simple, just let it sit there. So that's why I added it in TV Paint, because I thought I would try and make it move, but I just left it and just kept it simple. I exported it out of TV Paint. I had to go through a few other softwares to try and get it into MP4, but yeah, it came out pretty nice. I really like the way it looks, and it looks pretty good on the phone too. Here's me just showing it off. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope that I'll be able to post another one soon. I have one planned, so hopefully that'll come out soon. So feel free to like, comment, or subscribe if you feel like it. Bye!
Everybody now, time to show the whole world what we're all about. We the girls with a passion for fashion.